What's happening, team players? My name is Vish, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to my match reaction to Arsenal versus Burnley at the Emirates Stadium in the Premier League. It finished Arsenal 1, Burnley 0. Before we get into it, as you guys already know, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, because you need to be part of the team. And that's exactly what it was tonight. It was a good team performance by Arsenal. We got it over the line. I was expecting a bit more, if I'm going to be completely honest. So I think they might have played it a bit safe. However, we got the 3 points. We got the win. We are one game away. And we're hoping, of course, that Bournemouth do us a big, big favour tomorrow. Because let's be honest, they're still in for a chance to get Champions League football. So it's just as an important game for them as it is for Man City tomorrow. So they've got everything to play for as well. But as of tonight, we did our bit. Havertz with a great goal, good header from the corner with Saka taking it. And yeah, it was good because it was just after it was just after a penalty call as well, which obviously wasn't given to us, which I thought was very, very odd. But it is what it is. We've had so many decisions taken or against us, shall I say, and that wasn't the first one. So it kind of is what it is. Later on, Havertz was a bit lucky to get away with the foul he did as well, with the studs at the sort of the higher, the back of the leg. So he was quite lucky that the yellow card wasn't turned over to a red. I thought that was quite lucky. But like I said, we played it as a team. We got the win. I think Trossard in the first half, was brilliant. I thought he had a great game first half. He was very quiet in the second, but overall, I think he did well. Havertz was a bit off with some of his touches, but like I said, the main touch was the header from the corner, got us that goal to secure the 3 points. Odegaard, I think, had another good game. This is something I forgot to mention in the previous game reaction, how well Odegaard has done since he's come back into the squad. And the last 2 games, he showed that he's sort of back on form. So that's been really good to see. I think Mosquera did well. Calafiori did well as well tonight. Yeah, it was a good overall performance. But yeah, we've got one more game. We've got one more game, and then, I mean, to be fair, it could. I'm not saying that it's going to happen, but it could happen tomorrow night if Bournemouth get the W, and that will stop Manchester City from taking it to the last game. But I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to bet on it or anything like that, because City have proven time and time again you can just never count them out. You really can't. Their team is just too strong, and they will take it to the last game. I've had quite a few people at work as well even say that, oh, how does it feel to to be Premier League winners now, or knowing that you've got it in the bag, all that sort of stuff. And I'm just turning around and saying, look, until we hear it from the commentators on TV, or until the results come in, we haven't won anything yet. So I don't know if you guys are the same, but I definitely am. I'm not going to say anything until I hear the words or I see the results to say Arsenal are Premier League winners. It could all still turn around, and yeah, that could happen. Obviously, I'm hoping it doesn't, but you never know. So I'm not gonna bet on it or anything like so. But yeah, it was a very, very good game. The substitutes came on. Can I just say, Victor Gyökeres? I say it in nearly all of my match reactions. Him holding up the play, him sort of holding up the defenders. Oh my, it's just, he's so good. I mean, everyone obviously wants him to score goals. I want him to score goals. I get that. But, like, non-Arsenal fans are just like, well, he doesn't score you any goals. So what is the big deal about him and all the rest of it? But as I mentioned before, it's the play he does besides scoring the goals. It's how he holds the play up. It's how he holds the defenders off the ball. He's so good, and he did that tonight. And there was a bit where he did that, and the ball went out of play, and the fans that he was sort of like in front of, they were quick to get out their seats and give him the loudest reaction and a big round of applause because they can see the work he does. Yes, he hasn't got as many goals as we were hoping that he would get, but it is his first season still at the club. So, he's still getting used to it. And I'm hoping that this season that he has, because come next season, he's going to absolutely turn it up a notch and he's going to be banging in the goals as well as, playing as good as he does. So I think he played brilliant. And it was nice to get him a bit of time today because I can imagine that they were saving him for the last game and for the Champions League final next week and the week after. So, brilliant to see him do what he does. Martinelli had a great chance at the end as well when he came on. It was a typical one-on-one, which he loves doing as a super sub, but it just didn't happen. But yeah, it was Burnley didn't make it easy for us. They still challenged. They were still attacking when they had the ball. Within the first minute they had a corner and they were looking very, very good. So it was not by all means an easy game tonight. It really wasn't. But we got over the line, 3 points, with that much closer to the Premier League title. So yeah, it's all falling down on tomorrow's game, and it is all falling down to the last game of the season on the weekend, which of course is away at Crystal Palace for us. So it's it's a bit nervy times, but we're getting there. We are so close. We're that close. We are literally that close. So can you guys feel it? Do you think it's going to happen? If you do, let me know down in the comments. What were your thoughts? Who was your player of the match for tonight's game? Are City going to slip up a little bit tomorrow? Are Bournemouth going to get that W and help us out? Comment down below. I want to know what your guys' thoughts were. Thank you very much for watching. As always, I always do appreciate it. Once again, if you guys haven't already, hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, because it's helping this channel and this team get even bigger and bigger. And that's thanks to you guys. So thank you so much for doing that. We're going to see what happens tomorrow. I might even do a reaction to it. We'll see. Again, let me know down in the comments. We'll take it from there. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, we'll catch you on the next one.